Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name's Natalie and this channel is called Sew Stitch Sew Nat. You can find me on Instagram as sew_stitch_sew. I'll pop it above. My channel is predominantly about cross stitch, but you do get that touch of embroidery or sewing as well. Only basic sewing there, and the diamond painting that I've not touched in over 18 months. So yeah, welcome to anybody that's new. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Thank you to all my returning subscribers, and if you're new here, welcome. I have got the giveaway to do that I did in my Flosstubers Flosstube video, which was between Christmas and New Year, which was also my whip parade. I've got starts, finish and whips, so I've got notes to the side. So yeah, should we start with the giveaway? So I was doing a £25 gift voucher to an online store. I've jotted down the 4 names that use the keyword Santa. I'm just going to get her to just give me a number. Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 4.
Here's a number between 1 and 4. It's 4.
Oh, so that's Anne. I will contact you. So I'll email you. I'm sorry, I was just checking. I've got your email address. Yeah, so in terms of stitching for January, I managed to stitch every day, so I've got it in my little planner that I got off Amazon. So yeah, I haven't put any stickers in this yet. Sorry, the lighting's probably not great today. In terms of February, this week, Wednesday I didn't get to stitch. And you'll see I've got holiday for next week. I did have a belated stitchy birthday day off yesterday, and I stitched and I stitched, and I'll show you the projects, 2 projects that I worked on yesterday. I have had some more new starts since my last video, another 3. I've calmed down on the let's start everything. I went a bit crazy at one point when I just want to start everything. I wanted to start Stitch Home of the Needleworker 2, which the sale started with the Sale Queens on the 1st of Feb, I think. And then realised my kitted project has... I can't find it. I have a replacement on the way. If I find the original, it will be a giveaway at some point in the future, once I organise myself enough to find it, because I don't know what I've done with it. Anyway, so yeah, there could have been another one, but there's not. There's 3. 2 of which I think I mentioned last time, and one's a completely new one, which is kind of whole that I've already started. So anyway. So my finish from last time, sorry it's not ironed, is Shine Bright by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I got this when it was part of a monthly subscription kit. You can see there's quite a bit of fabric, there's also quite a bit of threads left. I was stitching this when I was going camping, but just got a bit between my teeth and just finished it. It was work on it for 5 days. I worked on it for 9 days and got it finished. So that'll be a hoop finish. The kit did come with a hoop, but I seem to have removed the hoop from the packaging. So I will replace that and we'll get that finished. I didn't think about where I'm going to put things. My next... No, I've got 4 new starts. I've just realised there is another one. Sorry, clicky pen. So the first thing I started since my last video was, I think I'd mentioned it, I can't remember whether it was actually here last time, was the Petite Gold collection, which is a sale with Hello from Miss Matthews. So it's like a little full coverage kit. All 4 crosses, a little bit, no, quite a bit of back stitch on this one actually. It's another project that's a Dimensions that's not got very much. So I sorted all the threads out, put them onto thread drops, did edging around my fabric, got it all ready to go on the 1st of February, and this is what mine looks like. So that is the full width. My plan is to finish this orange bit up here first, maybe come down the side, so try and get a block in like that. Not sure, I might take a different route. I have copied the chart and stuck all, sort of 2 pages together. So yeah, and that is on 18 count, white Ada. There's no rush on that sale, you can join if you still want to. Just get your kit. Mine came from Amazon, it's available elsewhere. It also inspired another Amazon purchase, which you'll see later. Maybe that's what it was, one hadn't shown up. My next start was the D's 20 Stitches Stitch for Pride 2024. So I signed up for this before Christmas. I can't remember when it was opened, but it's closed now, so it's not available. They have said on their Instagram, which I'll put below, I'll link the Flosstube channel, that it will be available as a full chart in 2025. If you're interested, sign up to their newsletter, follow them on Instagram. Got a Flosstube video as well, although not posting as much at the minute because of a new job, which is completely understandable because it's just, yeah, trying to get used to a new job. So this is my start on the January. I have done my learning for January as well. This is Kieth Haring, and he was an artist that believed that art is for everybody, and promoted the gay rights and AIDS awareness, don't drop nuclear bombs. A lot of like non-gender blob, I want to say blob figures, but I'm not sure if that's quite right. If I can find a picture, I'll put it here. We did some YouTube learning and some read an article. Yeah, very, very interesting. I was like, I recognise that art, and yeah, because I was around. Yeah, I'm that old. I was sitting mine in a cotton garden, country cottage garden thread called Lyra Bird Walk. I was hoping it was going to turn out a bit more bluey, but it's a bit dark. It's showing up even darker on camera. This is a white 32 count even weave fabric by Swiger. I just realised I've got a random thread hanging. So this is January's piece, and February's piece will go under here. So yeah, I'm about halfway with that. I haven't done my learning for February yet. I'll do that as I'm about to stitch it. Yeah. So packet of that. Right, so my next start was actually my birthday start. I need help, people. I think. Yeah. So it's Introverted by Silver Creek Samplers. I think this was released last March market. I have seen a couple. I do want some. I'm trying not to look at them in it because I know I want that, want that, want that, and then before I know it, I've sent 10 emails and then it's all I'm going to have to pay for all of it. So I'm trying to create a list and pick a few key ones that I really want. So I can't remember if I shown this sweatshirt. I think I did. So I've got this sweatshirt inspired by the runner stitcher to stitch on a sweatshirt. So I've got the water soluble canvas, and that is my start. Sorry, it's a bit hard with the plastic over it. It's showing up more on camera than it does in real life, but I'm actually thinking of taking those stitches out and just going a shade or two lighter, because obviously this is stitched on light fabric. I think it's a little bit too dark for the fabric, so I might have to change. I know how to change the tomato, but I think I need to change that as well. So yeah, it came screeching to a grinding halt. Like I said, I've got everything ready, got the chart ready, and then so these are the rest of the threads. So yeah, this one might need changing out as well. Yeah, you can't, because that's a tomato colour. I think other than that, because it looked as if the grey would work, but when I started stitching with it, it doesn't. So they're the rest of the colours. The red's just over here. Yeah, I think so. This one, I think I'm just going to have to change. It's the red, and then I think I need to lighten that up. I did consider going to this colour, which is in the chart, and maybe inverting them, because the only place this is used is on the thimble, I think. So I could invert that, and then there's black on the Introvert, like as a shadow. So whether I use the grey for that or I still use the black, I'm not sure yet. It's the first dilemma. Got a few dilemmas today. I think I might have settled on this one though. So my last new start is also haul as well. This is Northern Needlework Expressions, and this is April, which is Diamond Birthstone. I got this from their Etsy shop. So the core four is Dinky Dyes, but they do give you a Vera Swap. I think they mentioned Dinky Dyes as well. They did in the what's the other one I'm doing? No, it's gone. Twisted Band Sampler. So the DMC converts this 3753. So you can see it's very subtle, and then these are the beads and crystals. So this is like 3mm bicone Swarovski crystal, and these are like little Manuka seed beads. I think it will work, it's just I can't work on it of an evening, or at least not this outline border. But obviously the original was much bluer, so let's do I keep going with this very almost white pale blue colour, or try and find another colour that will work. And obviously I've only got 2 months, probably just less than 2 months now to get this done, which I think I can do, but if I'm going to change it I need to decide quickly, because I need 3 skeins of it. which means I need to probably run out and get some more, like go to a bricks and mortar shop, which I do have a haberdashery around the corner from work, but I'm now off for a week. But I will be going into Coventry at some point, so I could visit the Hobbycraft and try not to spend more than £5, which they sent me as a voucher. It's a great marketing ploy, isn't it? It's when you study business studies and you're like, yeah, that's just marketing spiel to get you to buy more. That is it for new starts. In terms of whips, I have jumped around quite a bit. That was the other thing, Whip Go. So Whip Go was called for 5 days on Shine Bright, which obviously I did, and I completed the project instead. And the other one was to finish Strawberry Fields. I did not finish Strawberry Fields, but I'm quite happy with the fact I finished Shine Bright. One less whip, given that I'm on 31, 32. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. Not including the embroidery whip. Yes, I was going to show you Strawberry Fields. Sorry, it's at the bottom of the pile. Only because that's the one I got out first. So I've swapped this onto a scroll frame because I've got it's a lot of jumping around now. This is what it'll look like when it's done. My Blackbird designs, part of the Magic Mystery tour. Was thinking about gifting this as a birthday present to the mother-in-law, but it's her 70th, so I've decided to do the diamond. I don't think she watches this, so no. So yeah, that is that one. I don't know how much I've done since the last time you saw it. I think I'd finished the house. I hadn't put the fence in this side. I'm sorry about the hanging threads. I've definitely come up here. It's always great when you sat by the front window and someone walks past and looks in. Yeah, I think I'd finished this part, come up here, around here, done a bit more on this leaf. The couple of the colours are harder to see in the evening without additional lighting, which I'm kind of getting more into the flow of using like artificial lighting to help me in the evening, but I'd much rather sit down with not a dull day and sit and stitch. So I had the artificial light on as well as daylight yesterday because it was like this yesterday. It looks a lot brighter on camera than it actually is. It's miserable and dreary out there. Some parts of the country are getting snow. I don't think we will. It's not unheard of to get snow in February, but it's relatively unheard of to get snow full stop. We had snow a couple of weeks ago, and when I say we had snow, we had like, looks like you sprinkled some salt on the ground. That's what we had. So yeah. I did a little bit more work on Cherry Blossom, which is this Dimensions kit. Put that down. Oh. So yeah, I just came across a little bit more. And that needle minder's from Cotton and Clay, which is in the Advent 24 Days of Advent box. And it's stitched with all the colourful kit supplies. Yes, I'm going down a rabbit hole quite rapidly. So Liz Matthews also mentioned about doing February 20 leap year, that's one, leap year start for Dimensions kit, and the idea is to get it done by next 29th of February. And I thought, well, I've already started that, I can't use that. I have got the Aurora cabin that's been sat waiting to go. Not waiting to go, it's sat there as an unopened kit, so I could get it ready. So I'm like, do I do that one? There's also the long dog one. I might sort of semi-join in with that, but not properly, because I've already started opening Gambit, and I want to complete that before I start my next long dog. And the opening Gambit is my first long dog as well, although I keep getting tempted by another chart, or two charts, one of which is Death by Cross Stitch, which is massive, and then I can't decide what colourway or what size fabric, so I don't think it's going to be a this year thing. And the other one was like it's like the crossword about Christmas. I'll pop a photo in, I can't remember what it's called, my mind's gone blank. There's a couple of people stitching that on Flosstube currently. I won't be doing the Haid one, I know that. So it's just those two, the Dimensions and the long dog. But like I said, I think I might hover around the periphery because I've already got a chunk done. A chunk. I'm not sure if it's even a page on opening Gambit. Next project, I hear movement, so you might hear kitchen noises in a minute, is Charmander, which is part of this collection by Embroidery for Kids Arts. This is no longer available. The one that I am now doing is Charmander, so that's what it looked like when it's done. So I've decided to break this down into doing 443 stitches for 11 months in order to get it finished by the end of November so that I can frame it for Christmas. And this is where I'm at. I haven't touched it since I posted it on Instagram, Georgie, so who is a Crafty Road gamer. Keep having a bit of banter about it. So I haven't done February's block assignment yet. I'm finding it easier now, my eyes are a bit more used to it, to stitch on the back, but yeah, it does help having daylight and something white behind it. I can do it in the evening though. And because it's Ada, in a way it's slightly easier than working on the linen for Strawberry Fields Forever, because you've got to think about this. It's over 2, the linen threads aren't the same thickness, and you sort of almost tone on tone. That's harder. My other one, following on from Georgie, because I felt bad, but it's just like, I've had this for how long? Is the Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe Stitching Book Club chart. This is no longer available, it was a limited edition, by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. This was a 3-part release. I can't remember when it started, it doesn't say on there. I'm still doing part 1. I've made more progress. I did do some substitutions because I didn't have the call for at the time. And I've got hanging threads again, theme of my video. And this is on a 32 count Snow Belfast linen. And this is a bit of a tone on tone as well. I will be darkening the bits, the words where it says the Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe, because I don't think it's going to show otherwise. So part 1, got to finish this line here, yeah, over to here. I've got to put some swirls in and then finish the bottom of this motif as well. And then I'm on to part 2, which is where the names and the crown are. And this will feature in my March Madness plans, because why not? So my next monthly task that I sent myself was to do a letter a month from the sampler book by Erica Michaels. I've seen this before. I'm currently stitching N, which is for Nightingale / Norwich stitch. I can't remember what words I'm putting at the bottom. We are putting Norwich stitch, but it's a nightingale bird that's not got a head at the minute. All apart from finishing the bird, all the cross stitch element is done, apart from the 1/1 wording. The Norwich stitches are going in here. They're only part stitched at the minute, so this will be finished before the end of the month. It definitely will be. I need to, so I've made myself a list of what I've sort of prepped, what I've stitched so far. The cover is on my Whip Go. Haven't prepped the fabric for that, so there's a bit more prepping to do before I get to the end, but I'm definitely over halfway in terms of prepping and stitching ish so far. I've got all my supplies ready for finishing, but I'm not finishing anything until the end, so I can make sure everything is the same size when I go to make the pages, because I have seen a video where she was saying she'd done them as she went along and some of the pages weren't quite the same size. I think all bar one of my fabrics is Wygart, because the other ones are Permin, which is this one actually. It is quite stiff. I wouldn't say it's coarser. I love the colour though, that's the thing. So I have got quite a chunk left over from that, because it was like a 50 by 70 piece. What have I not shown you? I've just suddenly realised there's a big one missing. I'll get that in a second. So on my birthday I decided to do a bit more stitching on my Mirabilia. I've actually grabbed the original. So this is what I look like when it's done. I'm currently working on the top bit over here, which is winter. I'm contemplating switching to spring in March and doing this as like a seasonal stitch. It'd be quite fun to do actually. Into a scroll frame, and that is where I'm up to. It's weird because I stitched this upside down to bring it closer to me. The gaps are for beads, which I haven't put on there yet. I need to chop a bit of fabric off this side really so it fits in the scroll frame properly, because my tension in this is a little bit loose. And then I think, is it you, Lauren, on the cross stitch bunny shop that's got the side tension things? So that might be a purchase as well. So that's that. Running out of space. So two things I stitched on yesterday, one of which I'm going to have to go in and nab because I've put it somewhere. That seems to be my theme of the last month. I've put that somewhere. Where have I put it? Yes, I'm getting annoyed with myself. Right. So this is Chatelaine, Evening in the Park. I don't think Joe, have you finished this yet? Belushi Stitches. Yeah. So I got a bit more of a wriggle on with this yesterday. I spent 6 hours. Solid stitching, well not solid stitching, there's ever break in between. Which way is up? This way is up. So you see I was part way on here, I've now gone all the way around there. I'm now coming round with the brown, which is stable. I'm also going round with Beachcomber, which is substitution, and I can't remember what the original was. I say unfortunate, I'm not ripping it out. It goes to the same colour almost as this Gloriana. And then it goes to like a really sort of like mauvey colour. I'm fine with it, I'm not going to change it. Yeah, so I've done the stable. So the gaps are for beads. I'm not sure if there's another thread that needs to go in there. So I need to check that. I think it is because it's not got a number. So it's got a number, it's a bead basically. And then there's some crystals to go in as well, which I haven't put in. I'm struggling a little bit with this. Contemplating changing it to a scroll frame, but not sure I can get a scroll frame big enough to fit the fabric. I could change the size of the frame so that it's narrower this way. No, yeah, just narrower this way. But that means I then can't put any beads or crystals on. Crystals are fine, but beads on until the end. And I don't think I want to do that. I'd like to put it on a scroll frame. So yeah, I think there is a next size up from the one I've got my Mirabilia on, but the ones that are on Amazon are sewing ones rather than clip-on ones, so a bit more investigation required, and if it will fit on there. The other thing is I have a birthday gift that will help me with just the sheer size of having a scroll frame that wide. Let me pause for a second, I'll get Gilmore Girls. Right, back. So, sorry. Gilmore Girls is a mystery stitch along. I'll pop a photo of where we're up to now. I hadn't stitched the border as pre-stitching. Kind of glad I didn't because I went off when I did stitch it. And this is where I am up to. So since you last saw it, I've finished this. I think that was already stitched. Done this one, done some more borders, started stitching this one, and come down here and done some more border. I was actually watching that episode when I was stitching that as well, which is quite nice. I've got a rocket to put in over here, which is reference to a later season. This one's from a later season, it's horoscope Scorpio to go in there, and then we haven't had the rest of them yet, but I need to do all the borders. Absolutely loving it. This is on a 32 count light blue Murano. Sometimes stitched in hoop, sometimes stitched in hand. Like some of this border I just stitch in hand. It also depends where I am, whether I use a hoop or not, and whether it's one of the inside bits, so like when I'm doing the back stitching, that I'll use a hoop. So that is the whips. So on my embroidery that I started last year, I think it was a birthday gift, I went to put it out. I thought, oh, I'll finish that. I've only got two bits to do. I showed you what it looked like. It should look like. So it should look like that. It's a kit off Etsy. So it was a birthday gift. That's what it should look like. I wasn't enjoying the black whip stitch, so I put it down. I left my needle minder on there. Yeah, it's caused a rusty mess. I am going to do a hoop finish, so that bit doesn't worry me. Well, it does worry me, but not in the same sense that this blob here does. And this is DMC embroidery thread. So my question is, option 1, try and get it out. Option 2, stitch over it. Option 3, stick something over the top of it when I've finished it. If I stitch something over it, I could try and do another raindrop, or some fancy way of putting my initials on, so it doesn't look like there's just an extra blob there. Yeah, thoughts out. So yeah, like I said, I've got two more to do there, and then I've just got all the black to go around. This bit isn't filled in. Yeah, actually I've got some more back stitching to do in between the different colours. Yeah, annoyed to say the least. I haven't contacted the supplier yet, but it is a well-known company. Yeah, anyway. Needle went as well. So that is that. So yeah, so Introverted and that, if you can let me know any thoughts you have on those down below, and if you think I'm going mad with the diamond one or just stick with it. I think stick with it because I think it's going to look alright when it's done. It's just getting that lighting right and getting it done in time. Yeah, because I want to get it all wrapped off and posted up there, because they're up in Cumbria, so it's like 5-hour drive, and it's not the right week to take off because we've already had Easter by that point. So yeah. So we talk a bit about plans before we go on to haul. I don't think any of my haul is necessarily a plan. I thought I'd go mention March Madness, which is only just around the corner, and just in case I don't record a video before the end of this month, I'll be taking part in March Madness again. Let me just get my bracket up. I keep changing it, but I think I've settled now. So I've got 4 categories, you'll see. The first one is Silver Creek Samplers Christmas list. I've basically got about a third to a quarter left to do on that. So it's kind of like a get it finished kind of project. Along with Merry Xmas You Filthy Animal. I started that one over 1 on 25 count. I've not finished it yet. It's only got about, was it 2,000, maybe 3,000 stitches left in it. This is the 3rd year it's been on the March Madness, so it needs to get finished one way or the other. I think it might be on Whip Go for a finish, possibly. It's on the Whip Go board for something. So that's my Christmas category. I've got a Get It Finished category, because they just need done. The liner which in the wardrobe, which I've just shown you, which is also on my whip go for a finish. So if it goes through to the end, I'll complete one of my whip goes, if that doesn't get called in March as well. And then Strawberry Fields I want to get finished this year as well. And then I've got a stitching category, in which I've got Strawberry, Stitch the Strawberry from Stitch All the Things. So I've got the fabric for that, and well, I've substituted my own threads. You'll see that when I get the project out. I've not got it out at the minute. And then Jeanette Douglas, which has also been on here for 2 or 3 years as well, which is Stitch What You Love. I think I've got this on for a finish on my whip go as well. And then something new. So I bought like a little sewing box cross stitch kit a year and a half ago. It was when I was in the Cotswolds. So you sew it or like on plastic canvas and turn it into a box. And the other one that's in the category is a Luca-S Penguin. I've not stitched a Luca-S kit before. So I've got that in there. It's not too big, which I did think about putting the Bothy one in. I thought the Luca-S one looks smaller. It's full coverage though. So I mean that could change potentially. Yeah. So that is March Madness. So basically 1st of March I'll stitch on one thing. I need to check the dates on what exactly I'm doing on what day, but the idea is that if you stitch the first project on the first day and the second project on the second day, then you put them on Instagram and get everyone to vote, which lasts 24 hours. So ideally put it up on the 2nd. Yeah, nobody put it up. Maybe I'll put it up on the 3rd. Yeah, I might put it up on the 3rd. But on the 3rd day I'll be stitching the first one of the next, and so on and so on. You do end up with a gap where you can't stitch anything because it's not been chosen yet. I think sometimes I've gone back to ones that have not gone through, or I've picked up something else that I want to stitch that month, so I'll probably pick up like the sampler book or Charmander. The idea is you get a finish at the end, which is why I've put a couple of get it finished in there, rather than start, because I only had 2 left over from last March Madness, so I didn't want to start another 6 things which are relatively small. So I decided to put some whips in there that just need finishing. But wanted to do the try something new, of which the strawberry was in the try something new, but then I switched over to stitching. So yeah, that's March Madness. If you don't want to see haul, I will say goodbye, and thank you for joining me. Like I say, if you like what you see, like and subscribe, and I will be back either before the end of February or definitely in March. Trying to keep a regular-ish pace. I did want to record last week, but I didn't think it was fair, like I say, just in case Flosstube, just in case there was anybody else that wanted to, on literally on the last day, enter the giveaway. So I didn't record then. And it would have meant that I would need to record next week when the kids are off, and no. This is our living room, and then my husband normally works at home on a Friday, so it's just, yeah, there's not really anywhere else. I could go into one of the kids' rooms, but I'll probably get disrupted. Yeah, so we've both had birthdays, me and my youngest, who's now 9 and I'm now 44. There was random comments about, oh, you should start 4 things, or you should start 44 things, I managed to go, hang on a minute, I need to slow down because the width pie is getting too high. Which I think is where I kind of went on a bit of a mad mission with Shine Bright. Not that it was a mad mission, it was, I stitched it in hand, it wasn't that bad. Right, so haul. I also picked up this Dimensions kit, which is a toy shop Christmas. I haven't sorted it out yet. Haven't got a planned start date for that. I picked up 4 or 5 pieces of fabric. These are the 2 I've not put with something. So one was a 32 white I'm using for the Pride sale. One's for Stitch All the Things. And I can't remember what the other one was for. So I've picked up a piece of 40 count Newcastle linen in Country Vintage Mocha to try. I also picked up Platinum in a 40 count as well to try. So my Stitch What You Love is on a 40 count ivory Newcastle linen. And stitching 1/2 I was finding enjoyable, so that's how I say I picked up a couple of bits to try out to see if I like it on like different colourways as well. I picked, where did I see this? Oh, this was Cross Stitch Bunny as well. Showed this and I went, yeah. The irises mean something, and the pattern's not too big. It's also got a dragonfly in, and a frog. I ordered it off Amazon. It came in this packet. Literally my address is stuck to the back, so I can't show you the back. Everything's still in there. But yeah, better for the environment though. But it just means I can't show you anything else about it. I don't know if you remember, I bought some fabric from Coffee Craft Fabrics. Megan, before Christmas, she sent a voucher for a needlewinder shop, and I went a bit. How many did I get? 7. I might start talking about cross stitch, you have been warned. Christmas wishes and mistletoe kisses and have yourself a merry little Christmas, which I have got that as a chart somewhere. Little house needleworks or cottage house needleworks. I'm not a hoarder, I'm a curator of extensive craft supply collection, which you've probably seen on lots of places. I cross stitch because it makes me happy. Merry Christmas, you filthy apple, and Central Perk again. Interested to see how these work because the magnets are tiny, so just, yeah, I'll let you know. So that's the stuff that I bought. I have got an order coming from 123 Stitch. It's not here yet. It might get here today or tomorrow. But at the time of recording it's not here unless the postman walks past with it. So I asked the other half to get that for me. This is for my Lowry stand. So the idea is you put the squirrel rods between here and then you clamp that onto the back so that you can, it supports the frame more, and you can slide the frame across as well. So at the minute I'm on literally on one side of it. So in theory I could flip it the right way up and put the excess over the other side, and just have the stitched bit here. I'm doing that in reverse, by the way. Well, actually no, technically it's not, because it'd be, yeah, that side. So yeah, I'll let you know. This came from Amazon, not from Lowry Direct, because they wanted £9.50 shipping. So it wasn't very competitive, so it ended up coming from a seller on Amazon. I also got a little coaster, you know I'm friends mad, which is dress like Rachel, love like Ross, clean like Monica, joke like Chandler, believe like Phoebe, flirt like Joey. I've decided where I'm putting this in. Maybe in the stitchy spot over there. I got a couple of more needle miners. These are like the hard metallic ones, so not great if it's a stitching hand project because it tends to weigh it down a little bit. So they tend to go on ones that have got frames. So I've got the caterpillar. Well, it was a caterpillar. Butterfly from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and this one, which is a teacup and biscuit, also from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. But they were selling them on Amazon, so actually via Amazon. A piece of 32 count platinum, even weave, a Luca-S kit. Yeah, my husband likes to grow orchids, although we haven't got one flowering at the minute. I hadn't realised, so that background is like a creamy browny colour. That's all stitched. This is white Ada in here. I don't know what count it is. I think it's 18 count. I'm assuming that's what that means there. Like I say, I've not stitched a Luca-S kit before, but I'm not sure. I like the orchid. I'm not too fussed on the background, so I might swap this out for a hand dye. So we shall see. I did think about doing it on this, which is a good colourway, but then do I want a plain background, or do I want something with a bit more texture? So you can let me know on that as well if you want. And then in terms of sewing, just suddenly thought there was some like sewing maintenance stuff that I bought, but I won't show that now. A mug rug. So this is like a kit that you can get from Amazon. Comes with instructions. Comes with a piece of, what do they call it? It's like a panel with a stabiliser panel, like a foam panel. As you can tell, not an experienced quilter, and it comes with a piece of fabric that you basically cut up and stitch onto it. I love the way it says you will need basic sewing skills. Yeah, let's see how this one goes. And I've got all the other bits. but I love the way they say the rotary cutter and acrylic ruler is optional. I guess in theory, if you've got long, like dressmaker scissors, that you should be able to cut in a straight line to be able to do it. So you basically sew it all on, turn it inside out. Bob's your uncle. I also got this, which I thought was a kit, and then I opened it up. So basically, you've got the zip, which has already got the fabric sewn on, which tends to be the bit I find the hardest, because I end up with lumps and bumps. And then you've got a giant piece of fabric, because you need a ½ yard of the main fabric, ½ yard of the lining fabric, and a ¼ yard of the inside pocket optional. So yeah, if you do get one of these off Amazon, just be wary that it doesn't matter what that looks like, there's no fabric. So I really need to pay a visit to a proper fabric shop. That might be on the agenda for next week, if the kids are willing. Yeah, we'll see. Not sure there's any, other than eating out in Warwick, there is anything else they want to visit. Yeah, we'll see. I do have some more birthday money, which is why I'm thinking about the frame situation, and because I'm finding it more difficult to get my arm up underneath to be able to stitch, so I spend a lot of time rotating that thing yesterday, or moving it here, moving it there. So I'm hoping if it was on a scroll frame, I'd be able to stitch on the beads as well, and be able to get it close enough to me so I'm not overreaching up under the bar. So yeah, any tips on that are welcome as well. It's not, I don't like the sew on frame, it's just, obviously that's a commitment that you then can't take it out of that frame. Not that I've taken the dressmaker's daughter out of the frame, but yeah. Anyway, on that note, I think I will go, because I'm just babbling on. So I met a couple of girls at the Jingle Ball. We were sat on like the international table, and we decided to share our details, and we had a stitchy catch up 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks? I can't remember. Was it the weekend? Yeah, it'll be 3 this weekend. Yeah, so I think we joined the call about like 1, 2 o'clock, and I didn't stop stitching until about 5 o'clock when the kids were getting rowdy wanting food. So I did have the odd interruption, unfortunately. It's great. It was nice, really nice speaking to like-minded people, just sat there stitching, sharing stories and experiences, and there was just the 5 of us, so it's a really small group. One about having another catch up, not in February, possibly in March, which is great. I did look at doing Stitch Across the Pond tomorrow, but unfortunately I can't do that. I'm not going to be back in time, unfortunately, Sarah. I did see your comment before I recorded, and I didn't realise that you had to sign up a week beforehand, so I'm kind of out on 2 runnings. I don't think joining for 15 minutes is really going to be that productive. Plus I've got to get the kids to bed as well after Sungar. I think he's going to be absolutely shattered personally. Yeah, so maybe March. I haven't looked when the March date is, but I don't think we've got anything on, unless that changes, the second Saturday of March. Yeah, because Easter isn't until the end, so we should be alright. Yeah, so that is it, folks. I don't think, yeah, I think I've covered everything. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. I think I've already said that. I'm rambling. If you want more details on anything, just click the more button on the Flosstube below. Bye. Thanks for now.